Diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, and you're back with another one. You watching off script. You know how we do it, man. Listen, it's live. We just in here. We in here, all right? Listen, you know, but today's my special guest today is going to be DAYLEN Baldwin, that stud monster from Michigan, Jackson State, Morgan State. I mean, he done been everywhere. All right, Lottie Dottie, everybody. All right, but before I get in that, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Become a member. You already know what it is. All right, you already know what it is. Without further ado, all right, let me bring up that bad man from Ann Arbor, Big House, my boy DAYLEN Baldwin. What's good, Big D? What's good, man?
What's up with you, man? How you doing?
Nothing. I see you repping. Big House. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing your thing, future pro. Okay. That's what's up, man. Listen, you're like the first person I've had back. I've had 2 interviews with, like real talk. Like, I think you're the first person I done, brought back and like reintroduced and stuff like that, and see what
That's love. That's love. I had when I did the first, I'm like, yeah, I definitely do another interview with him. I like his interviews. I like the way he's doing. So it's love. It's love. It's love. It's love,
man. Listen. Offline we talk, but listen, when that draft party go down, I just need another one. I don't know if you go to Atlanta or something. Just come back in here. You know what I'm saying? Show everybody the love. Your alumni and everybody who rock with you.
No, most definitely.
Appreciate it. Hey, man, we gonna jump right into this thing. We ain't gonna go. What are your thoughts on the season that you all had at Michigan? Tell me, how did you feel? How was everything? The process.
It was legendary. We was the team. We was together. We played for each other for real. Like, we didn't want to let each other down. That's how we played. So for us, man, it was really about just staying together no matter what was going on. And that's what we did, honestly, with some great leaders like Josh Ross, Cade, Hutch, Aiden Hutchinson, Brad Hawkins, Brad Robbins, the punter. We had some really good leaders for real. So I say that was our big reason for our success.
That's what's up. Now, a lot of people don't know you're from the area. You are. That's you. That's your stomping grounds. How was it playing back in your hometown? I know your parents came out to some games and everything like that. Tell the people about that, man. How did that go down?
I'll say I don't think my parents missed the game that was at home.
Hell yeah!
I think they missed the game that was at home. If it wasn't my mom or dad there, it was somebody in my family there. So I definitely had a lot of support. That was definitely different. But shoot, I could play a game on Saturday, see my family, and come home watch NFL with my dad and my little brother on Sunday. So for me, that's a lot because we a football family. So that's what we did. That was my Sundays for real. So it was definitely a blessing.
Now, before what was your mindset going into the season? You know what I'm saying? This your last year, you're putting it all on the line. What were your thoughts and how were you preparing your body and your mind to get right for this last hoorah at this Power 5?
So for me, I was really just trying to just get as much recovery as possible because I had just played for real. I had just
the spring. Yeah.
I just got out the spring season. My season literally was just ending. Boom. 2 months later, I'm playing again. I played like almost 18 games in 1 year, or 16 games in a year, or something like that. So I played 6 games. Then I played another 12 here. So it was, about 12 games in a year for real. Because Jackson State, we started that last season in February. So I played a lot of games. So I was just trying to get a lot of recovery, a lot of rest in, but also keep developing myself. Just being a better version of myself. I feel like when I was at Jackson, I showed a lot of like raw talent, especially like you just watch my highlights, like I was just running around for real. I was just trying to keep like detailing my game, so just making myself better for real.
That's what's up. My boy Blue said, "Where that ring at?"
I ain't even got it yet. We just got our bowl gifts. I got a couple bowl gifts. I got a stereo for my people. I got a sound bar for my mom. I got a small for myself. Then, I got like a charger that got the charger for your phone, your Apple Watch, and your EarPods.
They gave it for a bowl gift?
Yeah, it's one of my bowl gifts.
Damn, like shoot.
I'm waiting on the ring now though. Don't even, you know what I'm saying? Don't wait on that.
He said, That's what's up. Now, this past season, what did you want to accomplish? What were, some things that you like, listen, like, I want to show this, I want to do this, or this is what I'm looking to achieve?
For me, I really just, so when I was transferring, I was like talking to my people. I'm like, I want to find like somewhere I could just be just a to get better and just be the best version of me. And I feel like that's what I did. I accomplished that. I accomplished my goals on the field. Now I was like, I'll be honest about that. I definitely wanted to play more, but factor in the how fast the turnover was for me coming in 2 weeks before camp started. It was a lot. So I just kept getting better. So I dove into the playbook. I kept learning the details of like how my wide receiver coach taught. Just kept bettering myself. I stopped worrying about that type of stuff and like, let's just be the best version of DAYLEN. And that's what it was. And that ended up me playing actually a lot in the championship game against Georgia. So for me, it was just literally about bettering myself and getting better every weekend.
That's what's up. How are practices like? I mean, the environment, the physicality, the tempo. How was practices at the big house compared to your stops at Morgan and Jackson State? What was those like for you?
So for that, Coach Harbaugh is a different type of guy. Coach Harbaugh, we're gonna get physical. We're gonna hit. We're gonna have 3-hour practices. That's who he was, and that's what we did. So for me, that's that. It was a little bit different as far as coming from Morgan or Jackson. It was just like it was the level of intensity, but it wasn't just the level of intensity. It was just like how every play was. So like every rep was rep one. That was like my biggest adjustment for me. So and that's what I did. So I'm like, okay. My second day there, my coach was like, Jalen, why is you walking on the field? Because I'm like jogging across the field, and I never noticed, and I didn't even notice. I'm like, dog, I felt like I was running. Then like from there on out, I had to really like hone in on like take off every play, do this every play, be just have energy every single play, because that's how those guys practice. So for me, it was about just getting that level of competition, then the level of intensity, not competition. Because it was guys who talented at Jackson, was guys who talented at Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Guys who play everywhere, who also got shots in the league and play in the league as well. So it was talent everywhere, but like just the level of intensity every single play was the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What was your best memory playing at the big house?
I would say somebody just asked me this. I just had an interview earlier with my at Michigan, but they had it got to be my first catch was a touchdown. I didn't notice until my homeboy had said it. He was like, bro, your first catch was like a crazy touchdown though. Like you didn't realize that. And when I didn't think about it until I sat down on the bench from scoring. So I sat down on the bench. My boy AJ Henry, number 3, he was like, man, you know that's your first catch? I said, dang, you right.
What is that? Was that the 69-yarder?
Yeah.
Everybody was like texting, like I'm in a group with all the YouTubers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My boy Blue, shout out to my boy Blue right here. He, he's Power 5 FCS. He's like, yo, Scotty, DAYLEN just scored his first catch, 69 yards. I said, stop playing with that young man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, we was happy for you, man. I appreciate that. We was texting back and forth, trying to keep track with you and everything like that. Especially my boy Blue. I gotta give him credit because he like I call him the boy wonder because he knows all that. Now let's talk about that playoff game versus Georgia. Listen, man. Us regular people, we don't get tickets, okay? Us regular people, we on television. Just tell us the atmosphere, the crowd, like talk to us, and then talk to us about how y'all mollywopped the, you know what I'm saying? Like just mollywopped the team. Who y'all? I think it was Ohio State. You got to talk about that game. How y'all mollywop Ohio State. So give us both games. Start with the playoff game, though. Start.
All right, that playoff game, Jackson State had played in the Hard Rock. Nice. Hard Rock Stadium is crazy. It's like it's a flat top, but it's a little square in the middle of it. You can see the stars, but it's all lit up. The grass was beautiful. Like the grass was like speed grass almost. Like you was meant to be fast on that grass. So what I say is, man, that stadium was crazy. Anytime you walk into a stadium like that, you will stop and just start looking around like you a kid, like in a candy shop, because it's really like that. So that stadium was crazy. Just being in that atmosphere, it was a blessing for real. Just based off where I came from, somebody would have told me 4 years ago I'd be playing at Michigan in the college football playoffs. I would have looked at them kind of crazy when I was at Morgan State. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for
me that was like the biggest thing. That also just actually playing the game. I think I know for a fact I had the first down catch. That was big for my confidence and everything. I was ready to roll. So we was really dialed in that. We was really dialed in that game. I ain't gonna lie, but they were good too. They were good too.
Listen, now you guys hadn't beat Ohio State since Shoelace was playing at the big house. My lovely girl is Ohio State fan. She got up and went to the back, but she's from Ohio. Yeah,
so
no, she's from Canton, Maslin, Canton area, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah, so tell us about that game, because listen. I love, actually, I've been a Michigan fan since Shoelace and all that, but go Big Blue. But talk about that game. I mean, that had to. How was that environment after when you go back to Michigan? You know, everybody, because you haven't beat them in so long. Talk about that.
It was love. It's love. So what I say, that game, I never knew I knew how intense it was, but I never played in it. So until I played in it, it's a different type of intensity when you playing in it. Like Dana, like arguing about the fight in the tunnel, like, you know what I'm saying? So like that, it was definitely a different type of intensity. But the only people who knew he wasn't about to beat, like we knew he was about to beat. Everybody inside our facility knew he was about to beat Ohio State this year. Like we knew it. Like we were very confident. We knew exactly what was gonna happen. It was just like everybody outside, like, y'all gonna be Ohio State this year, worried about it. We like, yeah, this is gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for us, we were very confident this year in really beating them. So what I say is just like the environment after was crazy because everybody flooded the field, but it's 109 in there, 109,000 people in there. Everybody flooded the field, but the stands. So the field is flooded, but the stands still full. Couldn't move. Like I was on the other side because, you know, our stadium was on the other side of the tunnel. So I literally like can't walk through. Taking pictures every 2 seconds, like can't walk through, and just having a good time for real. It was a blessing. It was an experience that you can't like you can't miss out on something like that. Like it was a blessing. Then my family, because the family section right behind our bench. So my brother down there, my mom down there, my cousin down there. It was a guy I had went to high school with. My boy Kimo was down there. Like it was crazy. So. It was just different than you just see. You can stand up on the where the benches where you can stand up on them and you just see all these people just cheering, happy. You know what I'm saying? And just a lot of love because like everything be like, oh y'all beat Ohio State. Like honestly, like anything that you can think of for real, because like anything you can think of, really, like somebody bring it up, like. Yeah, y'all beat Ohio State this year. That's what matters. And that's really how it is. That's really how it is, for real. So it was cool.
Oh, man, that's funny. That's different, bro. That's different. But see, the beauty about that is you being the kid from the area, now being a part of that experience, now having to wear that. You know, you can wear that. You know, like we beat Michigan, like, and you was a part of that. I think there's no grade. That has to be like no grade. For me, it would be like if I ever got to play for the Cowboys and I got to beat the Washington Commanders, like that would be kind of my version of what that is, because that's just a rivalry. You know what I'm saying? That you just be a part of.
Sure.
How were the fans in the environment overall, just for the season? How you going from playing Morgan State maybe 5,000 to Jackson State having 40 to 50,000 to going to the big house? I believe it holds 100,000 if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? 90 to 100,000. So talk about those experiences in the fandom.
Just to let you know, no disrespect, but it holds about 107, almost 109,000. Shout out to the big house. The fans amazing though. Fans, I love Michigan fans. It was definitely a fun environment. They made it fun. From after the games, giving kids like stuff that I'm wearing in the game, whether it's a sleeve, some gloves, or something like that, to pregame. They sitting there like hitting our hands as we walk out the tunnel pregame. So the fans is amazing, showing up an hour and a half early sometimes just to talk to us before the game. So you see that? Like that's what I told you. I literally just told you this. The field was full and the stands were still full too. There wasn't nowhere to go.
Yeah, my boy Blue. Shout out to my boy Blue. He sent me this. Yeah, this is crazy. This is just different, bro.
We have we got this picture in our facility, like where we eat now. Like that's where that picture's up there. Like they changed the picture of where it was. It was a very legendary picture before they put that up there now.
Man, that's dope.
That moment was for real.
That's dope. And going back to the fans and the environment, clearly this is something. But just overall, how much does Ann Arbor bleed Michigan? Like when you're walking around, local stores and everything like that. How is that?
Everywhere for real, especially like the restaurants. They definitely do. They so the school is inside the city, so you can literally walk over to somebody's house, then walk right back to the school. Like the school is entrenched and throughout the whole city, so it's not like wherever you go, it's a Michigan building in Ann Arbor. Like the time but if you leave in Ann Arbor, you're gonna be in Ypsilanti right then and there. Then you're not gonna be able to see no Michigan stuff. But that's because that's where Eastern Michigan is.
Gotcha.
But if you're in Ann Arbor, you can see a building that's relative to Michigan once you enter Ann Arbor, the city. So you're gonna be around a building, within sight of a building at all times when you're in Ann Arbor. So it's definitely entrenched in the city. And if you're from Ann Arbor, you're a Michigan fan. That's just what it is.
That's dope. That's dope, man. All right, now next section is called Who Is. We gonna do the Michigan version of Who Is, right? So who is the fastest on the team?
Fast on the team? My boy Iman. Iman or Roman? Roman pretty fast. Roman number 14. I have to say Roman. I go with Roman. Roman Wilson, number 14.
Okay. Roman Wilson.
Really fast. Yeah, he fast.
All right. Who talks the most trash on the team? Michigan edition.
I wonder. My boy George. My boy George. All right. Shout out my boy George. George just left and went to UMass.
Mm-hmm.
But George talked the most trash on the team by far. That's my guy. My little brother at UMass too was really crazy. So
that's dope.
He just transferred and went to UMass. So that my boy George talked the most trash though. He
all right. 2 more questions and we out of here. Who is most to the next section? Who is most likely to be a celebrity? Like, got that flash and drippy.
AJ Henning. AJ Henning is already a celebrity for real. He got his TikTok really like that, all that. Like he's a celebrity already.
He got it going. All right, and last one. All right. Who would you take to a fight? You like, man, I need somebody for backup. He gonna be with it.
That's a good question. I have to take that's a good question. Hold on, I gotta think about this one.
Go ahead, take your time.
In real life, I had to take my boy Mikey Sanders still. I gotta take my boy Mikey. I got to my boy Mikey to a fight. No fake.
That's what's up. All right. No, I'm gonna ask this one. If you on a double date, who would be your wingman? Michigan.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Who would be my wingman on a double date? That's a good question. No faking. I had to say. My boy, it's gonna be a surprising answer. Hopefully they see him. My boy Jamon Green, number 33, play lots of teams.
Okay.
My boy Jamon Green.
He's smooth. He's smooth.
He's smooth with the ladies.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Listen. Out of all the questions, the fight in this one to me is like the 2 most important. You be like, listen,
for sure.
I'm your man. You know, I got you. If you need me,
important.
I got you. Going back to that earlier topic, how is Jim Harbaugh as a coach? Is he personable? Is he, can you go talk to him? Is he, how is he with, he's an offensive minded guy. So how is he with the offensive player? Just little stuff like that.
He's really, one thing I say about him, he's consistent. He's going to be who he is. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
He gonna have that same conversation with everybody. I liked him as a coach, honestly. But he'll definitely come talk to you. If you want to talk to him, go ahead. Like he's not gonna shy away from a conversation at all. So that's one thing I do love about the way that he coaches. But yeah, he coach hard. He gonna let you know when you're doing good. He gonna let you know when you got to step it up. Like he's that type of coach. So for me, it was a great experience.
Is he? Because quarterbacks are usually always kind of competitive. Is he competitive? Like, is he still trying to throw the ball against people?
Everything. No, he doesn't. He's a very classy person. So he's never going to throw fuel on a fire unless it's a reason. Gotcha. He's never going to throw fuel on a fire unless it's a reason. Ohio State is all blood, so anything is up for grabs. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's Ohio State. Like, everybody plays to go, we can put up, we putting them up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if it's no reason for bad blood, we're gonna get out of there with the win. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So yeah, he's one of those type guys. He's definitely competitive because all we do is compete all day in practice. Everything is a different period. Third down, first, second down. Everything is competitive. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how was the culture at Michigan? Michigan fans are very prideful. You know what I'm saying? You can hear college pundits talking about there's no reason for college Michigan fans to have so much pride because they haven't won a national championship in a long time. But what's that culture like, and what is Jim Harbaugh trying to build there overall?
Really just consistency. Like, we don't everybody got on the same stuff for the games. We all got the same under accessories. So we all got the same color socks. We all got the same color sleeve. Just really making it to where we a team. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to really build a team type environment. That's what he did. Like, when it all panned out, like with the leaders that we had, like I said, Aiden and Josh Ross, those guys really were leaders, and they took pride in being on the team and being a leader of the team. And when everybody take pride in their role, it's a different type of love, because there's not too many teams that could do that, because it's always somebody that want a bigger role. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing where I feel like I developed a lot. Like, this year was the first year where I really was truly a team player and never worried about, and at times where I just didn't worry about myself. I wouldn't say I never worried about myself, but it was times where I didn't worry about myself. I just wanted to do what's best for the team and be good for the team and do what I needed to do to also better myself, but make myself better for the team. So it wasn't about me. That was my first time ever having an experience like that, which I think helped me in the long run, honestly.
That's fire, man, because it actually goes into my next question. Your Michigan stats: 17 receptions, 256 yards, 2 tubs. What do you feel caused your dip in production? But kind of what you answered earlier was just that, whatever was best for the team, it didn't have to come in your stats. It just came in how you played overall.
Yeah, for sure. And it came through me actually just getting better. But for me, just trying to learn everything super fast, learning how everything worked there specifically. It was a quick turnaround. I came 2 weeks before camp and tried to learn everything. 2 weeks before camp started. I didn't get spring ball or nothing. So for me, it was like, all right, come in here and just try to mold out a spot. You know what I'm saying? Try to do what I can. And I started some games, but in and all, I didn't have the stats that I wanted to know. But I wouldn't cause it. I wouldn't say it was anything specific. We did run the ball a lot. We are Michigan. We gonna run the ball. So for us, we ran the ball a lot. Games, and some games we only threw the ball 10 times. Like, that just is what it is. What I tried to do was just make the most of what I got, the targets that I did get, and the pass I did get thrown my way. So for me, it was just it was nothing specific, but it was just a combination of a couple different things.
That's real. That's fair. Schemes always dictate stuff. Now, word on the street, they said you could have dominated in the SWAC if you would have stayed. That's word on the street. But when you hear, because people say, DAYLEN went up there, got 17 receptions. He came down to the FCS and probably got 50 to 60. Yeah. What do you say to those critics, and what do you say to, because it could be a critique, but it can also be praise because they feel you're that good where you could have went to any other school and dominated. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say to that?
Definitely. What I say is everybody got their path. For me, Morgan State is really where I had to mold out my role. It was me and a 5th-year senior who rotated. We started each game in and out. He started one game, I started the next game. When I was at Jackson State, it was I really learned how to be the star of the team. I learned how to be a leader. I was the best player on the team, if you ask me personally. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was me learning how to be good, be great. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time in my career where I was leading the team in all the statistics or certain statistics and stuff like that. So for me, that was the big thing. Then really just this next step is working with Coach Harbaugh and Coach Gaddis. I learned the NFL style playbook. I really just learned how to be selfless and not care about getting the ball specifically, but also just bettering myself. You know what I'm saying? Coming to practice, man. Make sure you get your releases. Make sure your release is clean today. Make sure your top of your route is clean. Just little things like that. So for me, it was every school that I went to gave me a different piece to the game that I needed to ultimately have me prepare for the NFL I feel like I am. You know what I'm saying? So everything served its own purpose. So for the people who feel I could have went to a different school, I might not have got exactly what I needed to be successful at the next level. Because at the end of the day, I love playing college. I love playing college football, but my goal and dream was the NFL. Was never to be in college. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
like for real, like our end goal is really to play and get paid for what we do. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
fair.
So
I love it. I love it. I mean,
that was the main thing. So anybody who feel like I could have stayed in, yeah, easily, without a question, yes, I could have stayed in SCS and did whatever I wanted to do. But would that have been to have me be the best version of me? I'm not sure.
Man, that's Day. You listen. That's a bar, bro. That's a bar. I love it. I love it. It's a bar. Now you know what? Listen. You know me. Got to talk about it. Your former coach comments. Did they get back to you? Because I want to play the clip, and I want people so people understand what happened and what was said, and then you can break it down from there. So.
I'm very interested in your take on the portal, Coach, for a number of reasons, not the least of which is you do a great job of recruiting out of it, but you also lost DAYLEN Baldwin to it, who ends up playing in Michigan. They make the college football playoff, win the Big Ten.
We didn't lose DAYLEN Baldwin. We don't lose nothing we want.
Pardon me.
Okay.
He decided.
Yes,
that was what he was going to do. That's my bad. My fault.
I'm gonna get naked with you and tell you what it really was. Sorry for my speech. DAYLEN told us after the spring that he wanted to turn pro after the fall season. We said, cool. So business-wise, we cut his full scholarship to half because he didn't need a full because he wasn't going to be there after December. He didn't understand the logic of that and got sensitive. So, okay, I'm going to leave. We said, cool. Because we knew what we had coming. we knew what we had coming in, and some things may not fit. You got to understand, you never heard of DAYLEN Baldwin until the spring. No one ever heard of him until the spring. So we helped develop him in that aspect, and we're happy and elated that.
So he goes on to say he's happy and elated that Michigan came down to the SWAC to get you instead of them coming to Michigan and grabbing other talent. What when you first heard that and it got back to you, but did it get back to you? Did you hear it?
So yeah, I heard it like a couple weeks later. Somebody had sent it to me. I didn't even know what happened. Yeah, that's really what happened. But go ahead, what was you about to ask?
My question is that how it went down? Did you sit in the office and did they have a conversation with you about the scholarship and you didn't understand it? Was that how the conversation went?
No, that's not how the conversation went. Honestly, I was just like one of my position coach came to me before we even have to talk about anything about regarding NFL and told me you gonna have to pay for your housing next semester. Call my peoples. Like, I'm not, like, I stand on the moral code that I had. I never had my parents pay for school. It wasn't going to happen. Never. They was not paying for the day. The only thing I got to pay for was the stuff they put in my room, TV, snacks, stuff like that. But my parents was not paying for school. Okay. So for me, like, when that was up in the air, like, all right, once again, at this point, like how I felt like I was the best player on the team. Like, all right, I go out there, produce, then you ask me, like, to pay for my house, and that just didn't add up to me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that would add up to a lot of people. So yeah, like for me, it just wasn't explained that way. So and that's how I took it. Okay. And also, yes, they called Coach TC had called me right before I got on the transfer portal. I'm literally entering my information into the transfer portal, like talking to one of our advisors. Coach TC called me and said it's covered, like your house and stuff covered, like none, like like stay. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I really had just prayed on it. Just had a little conversation with God, just like, man, what should I do? Because at that point I was stuck. I was in a hotel. I had like told my mom, like, I'll just talk to you later. Like, I just got to mentally decompress because I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I was really messed up behind it. So for me, I sat there and prayed about it, and God was like, I ain't put you through all this trouble just to leave you here. You know what I'm saying? And boom, from that point on, I'm like, all right, I'm in the portal. Let's hit it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really was my last deciding factor of leaving. Yeah, they did tell me they did offer me back to me once I was about to leave because I was literally entering the portal, and I still decided to do it anyway.
Okay. That's fair. You know, like you said, you had a moral code that you felt that you said, hey, listen, my parents ain't paying for nothing other than some ramen noodles, snacks, and you know if I want a Hulu stick or a Roku stick up in that mug, you know what I'm saying? But that's respect, you know what I'm saying? And listen, the time that you, like you said, you spoke earlier, the time that you had in Morgan built you for the time at Jackson. The time at Jackson had built you for the time at Michigan State. So it all worked out in itself in its own way.
Michigan. You said Michigan State.
Oh, my bad, my fault. Listen, that's my bad, Michigan. I apologize. Listen, Michigan fans, do not.
Yeah, they get on you. They get on you.
Please do not beat me up. You know what I'm saying? Now, what advice would you give kids like you looking at Power 5 or SWAC schools or FCS schools? What should they take? What should they take notice of? You know, like, hey, you might not get this here, but you'll get this here. You might get this here, but you won't get that there. Those type of situations.
Everything is not greener on the other side, but sometimes it may be. And at that point, it wasn't like when I was choosing between Michigan and other offers that I had. It was like I prayed about the choices, prayed about like which choice I should make and stuff like that. But it was also about like my work gonna make the choice right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like y'all can make this choice. Ain't none of these gonna move. I'll put the work in. That's just what it was. You get what I'm saying? So for me, like what I say is, but it's about the work. Like you can. Tyrone Wheatley, as I was leaving Morgan State, told me, he said, look, the place may change, but the person don't. You'll get the same results if you go to the same place doing the same thing. I told him I'll never forget that. Tyrone Wheatley. Straight like that. He just dropped that on me. I'm like, okay, say less. Like, when he told me that, I just respected exactly what he's saying because he didn't really get to coach me. I was only there for a week when he got there. When he got there, I was leaving. So that's one thing, like I say, just like the work gonna provide it. So like the work is gonna show, just keep working. For me, my work didn't show until my junior year of college in a spring season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
it came to fruition. Yeah.
And because I had times before, like when I was at Morgan, I thought football was almost about to be over. I was my sophomore year, I had like 170 yards receiving with 1 touchdown in the whole year. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, just keep working. That's all. That's the main thing I would say for real.
That's what's up. Now, if you could have your spring decision again, would you still choose Michigan?
That's a good question.
Hey, man, I don't do this for fun. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
If you could do it all over again, would you still choose Michigan?
I would have to say yes. I would say yes. Based on the fact that it was an opportunity. I had like opportunities at Michigan that like I wouldn't say I didn't feel like I personally prepared myself for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was working hard, doing everything, doing the little stuff that I needed to do, but like I think I could have been better in situations to get myself more opportunities or get myself the ball more. So I also felt like I could have did better. I'm quicker to look at myself and be like, what could you have done better, instead of blaming the offensive coach, any of that stuff. Like, I ain't about to blame the last situation. I ain't blaming none of that. I'm blaming me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in control of this journey, this destiny, all of this. I'm in control of it. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Now listen, let's get to recently you completed your pro day. What them numbers looking like? What them numbers looking like?
I didn't run a good 40 like I wanted to. I had ran like 4.65. I'm faster than that.
Let them know. Let them know. Come on, let them know.
But my routes was clean. I had 16 reps on the bench. 34 on the vert.
Okay.
My 5.10.5 was 4.2.1.
Okay, come on.
So I had a pretty good day.
Okay, I like it. Now, do you have an agent? And has any team shown interest at this point in time?
Yes, I definitely got an Ocean View Sports. Shout out them guys, man. Shout out them guys. They working hard for me.
If you're looking for if y'all need representation, y'all can come my way too. Go ahead.
They definitely working hard for me, man. A lot of teams that show interest, but it's probably about 8 to 10 teams that's like a lot more interested in the other teams. But
okay,
pretty much every team in the league know who I am. A lot of upwards of like 20 teams that show interest in some way, shape, or form. But it's about 8 to 10 teams that's really more interested in all other teams for real, which I'm happy about. Honestly, all I need is one person to take a shot on me. I think
that's fair. Now let me ask you this, because this is you being the big brother to other people coming up in your space. What is it something about this process that you like, listen, be on the look out for this, or make sure that you're doing this. Maybe it's by the questions they're asking that you're like, damn, I didn't know they was gonna ask that about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's something as a big brother that you taking this path before them that you can let people know, like, listen, make sure your stuff is together, like social media. If they ask you something about your social media, or if they ask you, what your parents just help people out coming up along this path.
To me, what I say is just don't lie, because they already know the answers. Like, literally, they gonna like the book, like the laptop you got sitting in front of your face. The laptop you got sitting in front of your face gonna have all the answers on it. They gonna be sitting there answering the question they already know the answers to. So like, just don't lie. I would say.
Okay.
For me, I don't know. Like, I am who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty upfront dude. You ain't gonna find nothing bad about me personally, because I just try to do best by people. I try to stay out of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
If you got any things that you have done in your life, and I don't look down on nobody at all. Like, you got things you done in your life, just let them know. Because at the end of the day, they know already. Just be honest.
Wow.
Like, they know, they done researched all that already. They already know, they know where you done been at, they know what high school you went to. They just ask you all these questions just because they know all of this stuff already. They want to get information on you, they're going to get it. So
that's real.
I say just be honest.
Question from the comments. Paris asks, would you prefer tight end or wide receiver?
Always wide receiver, man. I played on line when I was in Little League. Nah, that ain't for me. I play receiver. I get open. That's what I do.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna block though. Don't get it wrong. Just for everybody to know, I block for real. So yeah.
All right. Let me ask you. So is the CFL, XFL, USFL options, are they open to you? Or there's something like we're manifesting NFL. But if things go awkwardly, are those options still open to you as well?
Yeah, it depends. It just depends on what we doing. Like, we trying to get to the CFL to get back to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's I'm definitely open. Just I love the game of football. So I ain't gonna lie to you, pretty much as long as I can play football, I'm gonna play it. Yeah, right now it's the NFL right now though. That's what we on.
All right. Now, my last question before we wrap all this up: when football is all said and done, what does DAYLEN Baldwin want to be remembered for on and off the field?
That I stand for something. I understand my worth as an athlete and my worth as a human. I'm more than an athlete. Like, just being outside, knowing yourself outside the game is a big thing for athletes in general. Whether it's sitting there reading, playing the game, whoever you want to be outside the game, make sure you know who that is, because this game is very mentally fatiguing, especially playing in the NFL. Just based off the mentors that I've had, this is what they told me. Like, the game is very mentally fatiguing. If you don't treat your mind right, treat your body right, you won't last long in it. So it's definitely about like mental health and things like that. On the field, just shoot, create separation, getting open. That's they gonna feel on the field. That's just what it is. Create separation, making plays, just doing my thing, honestly, because that's my job. It's going to
that's what's up. So some person told me they got mad that I didn't ask you this question. It's a favorite question on the channel. If you had a sister, who on the team, Michigan edition, would you let her date?
Man, I had this answer already because I was just watching the Vikings version of it when I think it was the tight end from the Vikings a minute ago. He was doing it, but I would have to say Jesse Madden. Jesse Madden is John Madden's grandson.
Oh,
Jesse Madden is the most genuine person in this world, easily. By far the most genuine, nicest person I've ever met in my life. Literally would do anything for you just because you ask. Like, he's that type of person. That's why yes, absolutely. He's the only one who can ever date my sister.
Shout out to Jesse Madden. Listen, Jesse. Shout out to you, Jesse Madden. Listen, man. Listen, if you want to give us a pre-drop of a new Madden day, listen, we here for it. We here for it. Give us that exclusive drop. Hey, man, D, you already know, man. I appreciate your time, man. This is your time. Shout outs for whoever you want to shout out to. And I just thank. Somebody wants to know what position he plays, but after that, then you can do your shout out. What position does Jesse Madden?
He play quarterback.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so shout out to you, man. This is on you.
And just shout out to my parents taking care of me, man. My coaches, Coach Prime, Coach Ron Dickerson, Coach Wins, Antoine Basin, Coach Gaddis. The coaches really took care of me. My receiver coaches. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out to them guys. And shout out to everybody I ever stepped on the field with. Like, if I go to, we went to war together. We brothers. Like, we locked in. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at football. For real. It's really like a brotherhood. So we ever stepped on the field together, you already know we locked in. Like, just hit my phone.
That's what's up, man. 205 James said I took the best pick of Daylin at JSU. You know, probably gotta get it blown up. Yeah. Like when you get drafted, just blow up a Michigan picture for me and sign it, and you go ahead and send it. Go ahead and send it my way. I'll take that.
Also, last thing, shout out my little brother, man. My little brother. I wouldn't be here without my little brother or my older brother. I wouldn't be here without them. Like,
shout out to the bros.
My younger brother played at UMass. My older brother got his own business with natural soaps, lotions, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them.
Let's go. You can plug it. What's his business name?
It's the website is br144.com. So bright future.
I love it. br144.com.
bf144.com. bf144.com.
All right. When we get it, I'm gonna put it in the description below. All right. We'll put it in the description.
Yep.
But hey, man, appreciate you, D. As always, man. You stay blessed, stay positive, and we'll be praying for you to see your name come across the NFL draft.
Appreciate you.
All right, man, D. All right, one love. Peace. Hey, man, that's my boy, Daylin Baldwin, Michigan receiver, you know what I'm saying, coming back through, showing some love, you know what I'm saying, show your love. That's what we doing out here. Appreciate him. Appreciate you guys' time and efforts and everything like that. And shout out to my girl, Paris. She always stirring the pot up in that jank, asking, hey, you know, she says, yeah, I'm going to use my member benefits. I want my question asked, okay? Like, so shout out to Paris as always, man. Thank you guys for 205. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And appreciate everybody who's tuned in. And you know, I do what I do. I love my interviews, and we gonna keep it pushing, have fun. And listen, my interviews are gonna be fun. All right. I'm gonna ask the question that everybody wants to know. Okay. That's what it is. And all the word on the street. You know what I'm saying? That's if I ain't getting you answer none of those questions, what we interviewing for? All right, I want to know what you're doing. We want to know what word on the street is. You know what I'm saying? You know, you heard word on the street. All right, so that's what it is. That's what my interviews are all about. And that's what they're going to continue to be. All right, so appreciate SWAC and the Fool. Make sure y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all as well, as always, man. And then you know me. Until next time, hey, shout out to the Black Barons. You know what I'm saying? Birmingham. Shout out, you know, I stay repping. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.